Ever wonder how hard it would be to farm in FS25 completely in first person? Well, I did, and so today and tomorrow, we're farming here in Szpakowo on a new farm just for 1 year, strictly in first person, without ever changing the view. We'll be harvesting, baling, moving bales, cultivating, planting, fertilizing, moving equipment, backing, parking, and doing everything required to run a farm and test how hard or easy all of this may be done in first person. And of course, how fun is it? We'll find out starting now in part 1 of our 2-part series here on the map of Szpakowo for FS25. Welcome to the farm, everyone. We're here in Szpakowo. We're farming here because, well, I'm pretty familiar with this as I've done a series here before. So here, as I said in the intro, we're going to be going through an entire year all in first person, working on our little farm here in a small town in Poland. Yeah, I'm fairly familiar with the map because we did it on the channel here back in FS22, and I figured that would help. Doing it in first person as it's going to be, its view is a little restricted here in first person, but this is how we're doing our farm, right? So we're here first day of August, and we've got our starting equipment. I've modified our fleet just a little bit with a different tractor and cultivator, but other than that, we're set here at our farm, and the first thing we want to do is get started with, well, we've got 2 fields, I'm pretty sure. We can check our map. Some of our equipment is going to be spread out between other farms. We'll get all consolidated here as this is the farm we'll be working from. This is the more central farm here. Right, this one right here is right by the fields. Although we could use one of the other ones. This is what we're doing right now for this video. Of course, we're going to do the whole year is just here in this video. We're going to see how this goes. And if you guys think this is cool and want to see more of this, we can continue this in future videos, of course. Now let's check out our fields. So we've got us a wheat field here. So we're going to be harvesting this. Now I've got this set on 2-day months. Be happy to show you guys the settings that we're using for this little mini playthrough here. 3 times time scale. We're doing 2-day months just so we have an extra day, just in case, like if something comes up, I don't know. We're turning all of this stuff on, weeds, plowing, all that jazz. Because we only have 2 fields to take care of this month, or, you know, in this farm. So, this will give us the maximum work to do on our small little fields, I guess. And, basic options I have here, and I always turn all this stuff here off. All right, so we got our wheat field here. It is ready to be harvested. We'll be, harvesting that. So yeah, August here is only 1 day, and then, it'll flick to 2-day months in the fall. And in this field here, I believe this is a barley field. This is ours. And so this I guess we could have brought the discard out here. This needs to be all fixed up because it needs lime, it needs plowing. Right, this field basically needs everything. What about fertilizer? Yeah, and it has no fertilizer. This field, it needs absolutely everything. So we're going to be harvesting this crop, planting the next crop, and harvesting it, which should be about a year. Right, let's our harvester, let's go get our harvester. Our harvester is going to be down at the farm down yonder, down there. All right, in the series that we did previously on this channel, where we farmed at Szpakowo, I referred to this as the cattle farm. I think it's a decent name for it. This farm right here, I call it the cattle farm to differentiate it from our, that's our farm. We'll call this the cattle farm. And then this farm down here, we'll call this the southern farm, all right? Just to, because you start off, we actually do own, in the FS25 version of this map, we actually do own all 3 of these farms here for whatever reason. Hey, it's cool. We'll probably farm here more in the future. I love this map. Right now, we are here at the cattle farm. We got us a tractor. So this is our other tractor that started us with here. And we got us a baler. We're going to get, let's get our harvester to work in our wheat field. All right, so this is going to be fun. So yeah, so we're doing everything completely in first person. We're not getting out of first person for any reason ever. Otherwise, that would defeat the whole purpose of this video here, of our farm here. Would defeat the entire purpose. Now, of course, in first person, we have an extreme disadvantage with the mirrors. They are very tiny, and unlike in real life, see, in real life, you can move your head side to side and get different views out of the mirror. That's impossible here, and that's one reason why first person, I think it's actually kind of less immersive and more challenging. The mirrors basically do nothing. Yeah, so we won't be able to attach this to the trailer because there's no way to see behind it. That's all right. We're going to pull the header out there with a tractor. So let's go ahead and get this out to the field. Yeah, we're just going to have to come by with a tractor and get the header. Now, of course, a lot of this stuff here is going to be very challenging in first person, and I figured that would be a good reason to try it, and maybe perhaps the reason you're watching this video. So let me know in the comments below again, of course. And yeah, so if you're watching the video wondering how hard would it be to farm purely in first person, you've come to the right place, because I wondered that myself, and that's why we're doing this. Now, I'm going to cut your ride back down to the cattle farm so we can grab that trailer and bring it down here. All right, down here at the cattle farm, we are hooking up the header trailer. There was just no way we were going to be able to see back up to it with the hitch on the harvester. I tried, but here we go. And that's cool because this gives us, this will bring, you know, this tractor down to the central farm as well. And I accidentally, just out of instinct, I tapped the button to zoom out because, yeah, first person, of course, you feel very claustrophobic, and I keep trying to zoom out to get a better view, but we can't. We're locked here. Oh, you know, one thing we don't have, we didn't start with a silo. We're going to have to build a silo. So, yeah, and I've checked. Neither of the 3 farms has a silo. We'll want a silo to store our wheat that we're going to harvest. I have a good one for us that we can build. We'll build it here on this property. If you recall from the series that we did here back in FS25 on the channel here, we built a silo over on this central farm property up there, kind of about where our Belarus tractor is parked, right around there. And it was a pretty good spot for a silo, I think. We'll see if we can build another one there, maybe even perhaps the same one. I believe I have us a small Polish-style silo that we can build. Okay, here we go. That cost us $9,000. It only holds 20,000 liters, but we could always add a, an extension to it. I think this will work nicely. Does any part of this, yes, it does fold up. We can fold, here, we can fold this up. We don't need that. Well, we won't until we need to dispense grain out of it. All right, so here's our little small little farm silo. And yeah, there's plenty of room for here. This works nicely. Now, I expect doing the field work, because we're in first person, we're probably going to miss a good deal of the crop. And that's just going to happen because we are staking in first person. I'm not breaking that rule. So if we miss some crops, we miss some crops. We're going to see how it goes. Let's move this tractor out of the way. This tractor is a little bit, well, I just kind of parked it here haphazardly. Yeah, so driving this in first person, big challenge. Until there's like some way to make it so that, you know, you can see more through the mirrors. It's always the problem with first person games like this and American Truck Simulator, is that the mirrors just don't work the same because you can't move your head side to side and check them. All right, so we're going to want to make sure that our straw swath is on. It should be. Now it is. All right, and we'll see how messy our straw swath is, how messy everything is. All right. Lots of focus and attention as we begin our harvest. All right, so first row down the field, not too bad. Hopefully our straw swath that we're leaving behind us looks okay. We're going to want that grass there. I think that's grass. We can turn around here because we're right by another field, but I believe this is a grass field we can turn around in. And I am using the GPS steering. So I want to get on this. Let's back up and get our header lined up here. And down the field we go. This field's not too terribly big, so after we get this harvested, well, we now have a, oh, look at there's our grain. We got a silo to dump our grain in. We've got, we'll have straw to bale. And of course we have the barley field. So these 2 fields to take care of over the space of a year. Yeah, so anyway, harvesting is going great so far. Definitely suggest if you do it first person, you use the guidance steering like this, you know, well, basic GPS steering any tractor would have. Can we get this wheat here? It's hard to get close to this tree. There might be a branch that we clip, and we wouldn't want to wreck our harvester up. No? Okay, excellent. We got that. Nope, this little up here. I turned the straw swath off for this so we don't make a mess. I did turn it off so we can get this wheat here. All right, now we're going to want to hope no one's coming because it can't really see on the road. Wow. Pretty hard to see, isn't it? And here we go. We should be pretty good to harvest the rest of the wheat field now that we've got all the hard stuff done, got the headlands done. Let's go ahead and get this field finished. And here's the last pass of our wheat field. We've got 2 swaths of straw right there next to each other because there was not every run of the field is a perfectly even run. There was one narrow run of the wheat, if that makes sense. So there's that. Let's let it make sure it's done laying down the straw. We've got 5,500 liters of wheat. Okay, I closed the straw swath. Now, well, let's see if we can get this into our silo. We can, I mean, it's right here, so we can just drive the harvester down directly to it. No need to use the tipper actually for this. Harvesters definitely lack in visibility. However, my experience in harvesters anyway is that we can always, it should be easy to see where the auger is tipping to. That should be the case here. We should be able to look over here. There we go. Yeah, at least there is that. That is one point of visibility we do have. Okay, so we'll get this loaded into our silo. Let's hop out here and have a look at everything. Yeah, I could have lined that up better, but I mean, it counts. I didn't bother, you know, it lined up, it beeped, it started dumping. I didn't bother to line it up with the thing properly, but yeah. So let's check our field out here while that offloads. Okay, we missed a tuft of wheat here. These things happen. And yeah, the straw is going to be a little challenging. We'll get all this done. How big is this field anyway? 0.4 hectares. We won't need this until our next harvest. Yeah, let's go ahead and just let's put this back where it was, I suppose. It'll be out of the way there at the cattle farm because we won't be using this until the very end when we harvest next year's fields. So we got a round baler. I don't think that'll be a problem. We'll get this out on our field and get our wheat baled. Now, of course, then there's the question, how do we move the bales? Yeah, so we're going to want to get a loader. Hopefully this tractor can mount a loader on the front. We'll see about that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, that is going to be on the list of things that we do. As, you know, more things will come to mind. It's like, oh yeah, we need a way to do this, or we need a way to do that. And I am noticing that there's a bug on that left mirror up there, a graphical glitch in the left mirror. This is a mod tractor, just, you know, putting it out there. This is a mod tractor, and if it has other problems, we may swap it out for something else, because being in first person, the graphical glitch on that left mirror is bothering me a little bit. We'll see. And we're good to go. Yeah, and let's just keep the windrow centered on the tractor here. I'm sure we won't get all of the straw, but we're going to do the best we can. And, well, the thing with straw is if we don't get it all, we can just leave it on the field, and whatever bits are left will just get turned under when we come through and plow this anyway. Then we have to keep an eye on our bales filling up there and make sure that we drop off the bale at the proper point. Let's pick that up and turn around for another row here. Now, backing should be no problem. Yeah, it looks like this is going to end up making probably about 2 bales for us in total. We've just about got one, so we're going to want to go nice and slow here. There we go. And, oh, the character. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to swap this tractor out. I'll tell you what that was that flashed on the screen there. All right, let's drop this bale off. We want to back up, so we want to back up to get... I can't see when the bale is dropped off. All right, let's give it time. Some mod tractors, for whatever reason, in FS25, there's an issue where when they shift gears, the character leans forward. So like what was happening is the character was leaning forward, is flashing in front of my camera. It's no matter. Baler on? Yeah, baler's on. So we'll be swapping out this tractor because Just an annoying thing there I didn't foresee in first person. We'll swap this out, no big deal. First, we're going to finish our baling here. Turn it around for this row here. Like so. Drop our pickup and try to get this on our windrow there. I hope that was pretty much on it. I think so. I think so. I've driven a few of these things before. I think that pretty much got it. Let's check here. Let's see. Did we get it all? I think we did a decent job. I think I'm getting the hang of driving this first-person tractor. This view here. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah. I think we got all that. All right, now we got two close together windrows here, so we'll lower our pickup. Don't forget to do that. We'll turn our baler on. Oh yeah, see, that's really annoying. We'll swap out this tractor. It's something to do with when the character shifts gears. A lot of mods do this thing. Yeah, the character leans forward. Anyway, all right, one more headland row here. Let's see if we can back our baler up and get aligned for this. There we go. Not bad at all. This picked up. And get lined up for this row here. And get the hang of this after a minute. This lined up here. And we're almost done baling our field. It looks like, yeah, we're going to have two full bales, and then whatever these leftovers are here. Looks like we got two more rows, two more windrows going up the field. So we'll kind of get some of this here, turn around, and finish this off. And there we go. That is this field baled. Ooh, do you think we could find 10 per 9, 8% more, 7% more of a bale? You know, let's see. My hope is actually that we did so good that we won't have to. So let's see how good a job we did baling. If we can't find 7% more to fill this bale, then I'll actually count that as a victory, because that'll mean that we did a really, really good job baling. No, guys, there was only 1% of a bale left on the field. Yeah, so we did pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately there's not a full bale here. However, I believe among the mods I loaded one that allows us to unload bales early. I think I did, which might just save us here. There's a little bit of straw here, apparently where the harvester made that turn. Yeah, so there was just a little bit there. All right, so that is it. So yeah, we did a pretty good job here. Let's see. I think we can unload this bale early, even though it's not done. Yes, we can. Excellent. All right, so we'll just go park this. We will park this here at this farm. We'll park it behind one of our buildings over there. I know where we can put it. And we're going to need to find a solution for moving the bales. We're going to swap this tractor out because of a couple graphical glitches. All right, so we're down here at the shop with our new tractor, just to replace that one because of glitches and whatnot. I just traded it straight out. This has the same horsepower. It's a handsome little Kubota tractor. And all right, let's get back out there to the field. Just wanted us a nice, you know, start with a decent tractor. This will work just fine. And we got a front loader. So this will be fun. This is definitely part of the challenge, of course. We're going to be using this in first person. However, I think this will be fine. I think this will be fine. I can load stuff in first person. No issue at all. Okay, get that hooked up. No. Let's get this out to our wheat field, for we have bales to move. There we go. That's better. All right. We're going to stack these probably over by the silo. I think might be a good place. And I didn't want to take the harvester through this little ditch here, but the tractor should have no issue doing it. In fact, it seems to me when we did a series here, maybe I took that tree out. I think I took that tree out and I made a way through here, but I think it'll be just fine driving through here slowly. Yeah, I didn't want to drive the harvester through it, but that's no problem at all. And we should be able to stack these bales just fine right here. We don't want to hit the grass bales. Get this bale here. I want to take the lift down to about right there. Yep. That's just fine. We'll get this over here. That is difficult. Oh, okay, so I was not as close to those grass bales as I thought I was. Well, no problem. Let's grab this other bale and get it over there. We're going to want to line these up a little better. When I put that last one there, they weren't perfectly aligned. So, oop, raise that up a little bit. Go over the through the ditch there. We're going to want to line these up a little bit. So since we got this spiked, it's the perfect opportunity to use it to kind of push these a little bit. Straighten this one out just a tad, and we'll get these a little closer to the grass bales. There we go. That should be better. And we'll raise this up and we'll see if we can stack this. Right there. And I think those are decently stacked considering we have a slight disadvantage here with our viewpoint. All right, so guys, August has been a pretty productive month. We got our field harvested. We got our straw baled. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to rest until, yeah, the bales could be stacked a little better. Not bad. We're going to be back out here in September and be working on the barley field. All right, out here in our other tractor, let's drop discs and get to work on our barley field here. Now, how good is the visibility going to be on this? I don't know. I don't know at all. Well, see, the thing is you really can't see out your mirrors because, yeah, so let's get this headland here as good as we can. And yeah, it's a little hard to see. We're going to get down to the end here. All right, get this lined up here. And so I did that headland down there without the guidance steering. Whoa, it's definitely yeah, so the thing went there and it turned to a different line. Yeah, so I did that headland down there without the steering. You could definitely do it, but it's about impossible to see where you're going because you see, the thing is, I can't see the disc caro in my mirrors, which I would be able to do in real life. I would be able to see it. I would be able to not only see it, but I would be able to move my head and see different angles at the mirrors, and I would be able to adjust them. I can't do any of that, so we're locked into using the guidance steering, really, if we want to get this done in any form or fashion. Let's get this turned around, and we should be able to make pretty quick work of this here. Yeah, I think so. We can make really quick work of this field, actually. It looks like we get some really precise work done here. Use all of our backing skills to get through this. Again, playing American Truck Simulator will give you backing skills. It will. Stuff to get us through this quickly. Let's get this field done. All right, we are done with the disc harrow. Let's get this guy folded up. And we need to spread lime here. What we'll do is we're going to need to spread lime on our wheat field as well. We'll wait and we'll wait and we'll rent a lime spreader because we don't need to buy one. We just need to spread some lime on these. So we'll wait and just rent one and get some lime spread on these fields. Other than that, let's hop out here. This field is ready to go. Kind of. No fertilizer, but yeah, this field is good to go except for the lime. It's good to go for next year. Actually, you know what, guys? I've got a new plan. Let's go ahead and we're going to spread lime now. We'll plant, well, it's October, or sorry, what's September. We can plant wheat on one of these fields so we can have a wheat harvest next year. And I want to mix up our year-long experience here. So we're going to plant wheat on one of these fields this year, have winter wheat. And next year we'll plant, I don't know, corn or something like that. So a different crop on the other field. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to rent a lime spreader this fall, probably this month or next month. We'll be, we'll see here. We're going to spread lime probably this month, and then next month we'll be planting wheat. We'll plant the wheat here on this field here. We'll make this a wheat field. All right, down here at the store, we have a lime spreader that I rented for us. It's pretty cheap to rent. Only cost us, I think, less than $2,000. We're going to want to get this filled up. Now, it doesn't hold much lime, but our fields are pretty small, so we should be okay. You can use this as a fertilizer spreader also, but we've got a fertilizer. We've got a sprayer, so we don't need it for that. We're just leasing it anyway. All right, we are here at one of the big main sale points on Szpakowo, which is also where we go to buy our lime. Let's see if we can turn real quick in front of that car. Probably shouldn't do that, but I was impatient. I didn't want to wait for the rest of the traffic. All right, so the lime fill should be down here, the far end. Let's see if I can remember where we go for this. Yep. Oh, down here by the pile of lime. Yep. I knew it would come back to me, and of course, there's kind of a big hint right there that that's where we're going. Hopefully, this will give us enough lime to do our fields. I don't know. Lime uses pretty fast. You know, it goes pretty fast, and this holds how much? Ooh, am I going to be wishing we had a front weight for this tractor? Forgot how heavy lime can be. Well, we actually paid more for the lime than we did to rent the spreader, but still not very much, really. All right, so we got 3,200 liters. Let's hope that's enough for our fields. Let's get back. We're going to want to get lime spread on both fields because we're only renting this. And we're going to want to check our... Yeah, so we got a pretty wide work width. I think we can hit this entire field in one pass, but to be safe, let's do it in two. About that. So let's get the lime spreading. We'll just try to keep the tractor straight and trust that its work width is wide enough. We should be hitting the entire field here. We don't want to have to go back and refill this. But I think it's likely we're going to have to because I'm being trying to be kind of safe with the... oh yeah, that did hit the whole field. Yeah, you know what? We got this... yeah, I was going to make two passes, but that wasn't necessary. However, yeah, I think we're going to have to fill it again. It's, well, that's how it goes. Let's get out here to our wheat field and see how good we can do with it. Maybe, just maybe, we can get this in one pass and not have to refill it. It's kind of a bit of a drive down to the lime fill point after all. Let's hope this is wide enough to hit the whole field. I kind of don't think it's going to be. It looks like we're just going to run out of lime, and that's just going to be how it is. Yeah, we're going to run out of lime. But we'll find out if it's wide enough to hit the whole field at least. And the answer to that is no, not quite. Well, we got to go get some more lime in this. All right, so we got most of the field. So we're just going to turn here. We're just going to turn up here. And this right here should have the whole field for us. We can check on the map to make sure real quick. All right, soil composition. Yep, they are both covered in lime. We're going to have to get a weeder out here, of course, but we'll handle that later. It's not our concern right now. We're not planting this field that we're on until next year. Well, here we are in October. It was raining earlier this morning. It's just now, the rain is just now stopping, and it looks like it's predicted to rain later today. So we better get to work on this. Last month we spread the lime. Let's see, we're going to be planting our wheat, I guess. Yeah, it's time to plant our wheat here in, this will now be our wheat field. I think this is better for wheat because it's nice and perfectly rectangular. Easy to make straight runs with the baler or the straw. So we're going to plant wheat in that field. And we'll be getting, let's get this little guy here. This tractor here will work just fine. All right, and right up here should be our new soon-to-be wheat field. Yes, right here. Okay, now let's see what we're looking at here. All right. This is pretty doable. Go ahead and line that up. Drop, I think I kind of pulled on too far a little bit. There we go. Let's just drop it here to be safe. Set on that. We're planting wheat. Always double check what we're planting. We are planting our wheat. And let's get started down here. We're just using, this is, yeah, default tractor and seeder that you just automatically start with on Szpakowo. See how these work on our little field here. And that said, this seeder is too big to get out of where they had it parked. It seems like a small little oversight on the map of Szpakowo. So I had to reset it to the shop and drive it from there. So if you're farming on Szpakowo and you're wondering, how did he get that seeder out of the driveway? It doesn't fit. Yeah, it's small oversight. I reset it to the shop and then drove it down here. But now we've it only took about 1 minute, and now we're already out here planting our wheat. Now, this doesn't fertilize. I thought the seeder fertilized. In fact, it says that it fertilizes in the menu, but it doesn't. Maybe, well, it's got two bins back there. Maybe had I put seeds in one and fertilizer in the other, but I put seeds in both. Either way, it's not fertilizing. Kind of eyeballing this route here, this headland. We're eyeball. I think we're good. So what we'll do is we'll just run fertilizer over this when we're done. We have a fertilizer spreader. So yeah, we'll just fertilize separate. This is going pretty fast. I'm really impressed with this. So once we get this wheat planted, we're going to have to, well, first we're going to have to find our fertilizer sprayer. I know we have a sprayer somewhere. It's on our vehicle list. We're just going to have to find where it's parked. And it's a sprayer. So it's got a pretty good boom. It can probably cover this field probably largely in one pass, maybe two. We'll just have to find where it's parked to begin with. Let's get turned around here. It wants us to do another headland, but I think we can get by without it. It goes pretty quick. I mean, it really does seem like we're getting this stuff done really quick. I know the fields are small, but it's almost like something about the first person. I've been able to maneuver in tight spaces really quickly and get things turned around really quickly. It could just be me, but it seems like things are quicker to turn around. I can't imagine how that could be the case, but I'm doing this. I wanted to do this series as a test to see how this would go, and it a lot better than I thought. Maybe just everything seems faster because we're in first person, but either way, it goes really fast. Again, you know, it seems to. That's my impression, and this farm's coming along pretty good. But hey, it's only October. We'll see how things come out. There we go. This tool was pretty easy to use and maneuver. Again, we have got great visibility here, and I was able to see exactly where it's hitting. Just kind of swing around in my seat here, and I was able to see quite a bit. Let's park this over here by our other tools. We'll be using this next year. We'll be planting, I'm not sure which crop just yet, but we'll be planting something in our north field over there. See if can we swing this in between these two tools. Let's see. You definitely get used to this. Oh man. Well, to be fair, let me pull forward a little bit here. It's not confirmed that there's even room between those two tools for this. I think there is. I'm trying this second try. This is part of the experience. How good can we do this? Part of the experience. Okay, we got it on the second try. I'm not gonna lie, I dinged something on the first try there. Let's see what we got here. How's this stuff parked? Not bad. Okay, so wow, really not bad. Yeah, so if you want to know how hard is this, that's why we're doing this video. How hard is it? Right. Whoa, there's a ditch there. We're fine. We're fine. I was just coming to check out our north field here. All right, so it is currently October. We've got our wheat planted. Let's go. Let's find where our fertilizer sprayer is. We want to get fertilizer on our wheat field, and then we're going to move into November where we're going to be working on this field. All right, so we're all filled up with liquid fertilizer and on our way out to our field. The quickest way to our field from the shop is actually to get on this road here and then immediately take the first right. This way you don't have to drive up through town. You just go up this dirt road here. We're going to take the first left on a dirt road, and that'll take us right up to our house, to our field. I don't know what part of the video I may cut out later. I'm keeping this as short as I can to fit in a decent time length, so I may have cut it out, but when we drove out to the wheat field just now to plant the wheat, this is the road that we took right here. This lets you, gotta watch the, don't turn too fast, and this lets you avoid all the traffic going through town, and you get the nice, plus you get the beautiful scenic dirt road back here. And, whoa, someone's got some withered crops there. Looks like someone should have hired out a contractor to harvest their field, huh? Wow, yeah, someone's crop was all withered there. Someone's got weeds all through it. Wow. Looks like the residents of Szpakowo could benefit from some contracts. I saw there are contracts here, but we've got enough work on our farm to keep us busy. Let's pull it on our field. Now let's see. I'm not even sure what the work width of this is. Okay, so pretty straightforward this is here. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and say we don't need that. That's for sissies. We got this. We're going to unfold this. What we're going to do is, yeah, we're just going to do 2 passes. I think we can eyeball it. I don't see why not. Getting pretty used to this. Got a pretty good view at the tractor here. About as good as we could hope for. We are going to lower it so that we get a better view as to how far exactly it's reaching. Oh, we're not going to lower it. That's, yeah, we should be good right here. Just take this. We're going to follow these tire tracks here. So it'll take us right down the field. I couldn't see. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't see because of that pillar there behind the window. I got too close to that barn. Let's back this up. Yeah, see, that pillar there was blocking, from my point of view, the end of the sprayer, and I couldn't tell, but, well, you can see if you look, the sprayer is actually hanging way off the field. Yeah, couldn't tell. Now I know where to look. Yeah, so that's a little... So, with this particular tractor, this particular sprayer, the end of the arm is very difficult to see, but it looks like we can put it right about here. Because, yeah, lots of pillars and blind spots in this particular cab. This tractor, this is a same Virtus. Is that the name of the tractor? I think so. It's the same, sure. Let's see if we can hook this turn without hitting any trees with our boom. And we're going to want to pull over to about here. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay, this was a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. You can barely see the end of our boom. We're going to want to come in a little bit here. Don't want to hit anything down there. But when you know where to look, you can kind of see it now when you know where to look. And we'll check our coverage, see how we did. Let's hook this around here, and that should be us. That should be good. Let's check how we did here on the map. This field here. Yeah. Not 100%, but so as good as I could do without correcting myself, without going back and fixing it, we did pretty good. That's acceptable. So I want to show you guys how hard is it to do first person, 1 pass without fixing it. There we go. We're gonna live with that because that's what we did. It's actually not bad at all. Right. We're gonna park this. We'll just park this somewhere over here. I think there's room to actually park this in our driveway. Yeah, there should be. Just back this down the driveway. The cedar was parked down here. I bet we could put this where the cedar was, assuming this fits through here. But there we go. Park that right there. And that's us for October. Our wheat is planted. Our wheat is fertilized. Well, here we are in November. And this month, our task is going to be, well, fall tillage on our north field. We'll be planting something there next spring, but for now, let's get that all tilled up. It's got lime on it, so we'll use our Kubota here, and we're going to grab our disc harrow and get out there. Let's get this up so we have room to turn around. Want to clip the bunker with it. All right. Nice early November morning here. We're going to get out to the north field for disc harrow and make, hopefully, quick work of it. Got our disc aggro there. And let's see. We can drive through this if we're careful. Cut through this a little bit here. That's not too bad. A little bumpy. Get out in the field. And let's unfold this here. Let's see what they want us to do here. Let's see how our lines look here. Few passes. Not bad. So we're going to follow this headland here. However, if it's anything like the harvester, then it might have missed some of the edge of the field there by the tree. Yeah, it looks like it did. Well, if we want closer, we'll have to do it ourselves by the tree up there. In the meantime, this is going to go pretty fast, I think. If the wheat field was any indication, it should go about as fast as that did. All right, we're back up here to the north part of the field. And actually, it got so close to the tree, that's not even worth worrying about fixing there. Hang on, let me just turn around here. We'll get a look at it. We'll check it out as we drive by here on this pass. Yeah, you know what? Actually, the steering took us close enough that we're not even going to worry about that. And this does go fast. This goes super fast. Yeah, something about this just feels really fast. We're getting everything done very precisely. Yeah. Not bad at all. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Should we have a bigger, more long-term farm like this? We're doing this as a test, and didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it's not bad at all. I'm just going to get this little clip of field right there that we didn't get, turn around, and head back up the field here. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, whoa, it's pretty good there. Drop that down. Up this we go. It seems quick to maneuver. It could just be because everything, the perspective, it just feels that way. All right, we're just about done with this field here. It looks like maybe 2 passes over there. We're going to want to get us a weeder. That's one piece of equipment we're going to have to buy. We didn't have one at the farm already. But we do have weeds turned on here in Szpakowo. And hang on, it didn't turn me in good enough for that track. I came at it pretty fast from an angle. I'll back up, straighten out a little bit. That's better. Yeah, I didn't start us off with a weeder here. So, we have weeds turned on, so we're going to want to buy us a weeder. Luckily, yeah, this is we got small fields, so we can get by with something small. We'll check that out here in a second. In the meantime, this here is going to be our last pass on running the disc up our wheat field, or sorry, our northern field, no longer wheat. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Only part we missed was right there. So I didn't really slow down for nothing either. Yeah, you saw me working this thing. I didn't really slow down for nothing, and we did pretty good. So yeah, again, you can do a lot better than I thought you could like this. Let's get this. Now, we're not going to need this again, probably for this farm, because we're just running a 1-year cycle here. I don't think we'll need this anymore. Can't imagine we will. We got 2 fields here. We're going to get them through to next year, harvest, and so we probably won't need this anymore, but we're just going to park it back here, like so. And speaking of the weeds, we are going to want to take care of that this month here. We've got, you know, I didn't run a roller in this. We don't have a roller. I didn't run one. That's my bad. Let's see. All right, so we're going to have to weed this month, and we'll run the fertilizer as well. It's the first month of growth, so this is kind of our only opportunity to get at this field here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to head down to the shop. We're going to pick us up a hoe, I think, and well, our sprayer's up here. We'll run the sprayer over this month as well, and that'll be the second stage of fertilizer. And yeah, first what we'll do is, yeah, we'll pull out these weeds, and then we'll run the sprayer. All right, so this actually isn't very cheap, so we're just going to be leasing this for $1,800. Pretty expensive, that hoe there. I just stopped, thought I'd have a look at that on the way to the shop. We're going to go pick that up. Yeah, it was a little expensive, so we're just going to be leasing that. Wow, look at this place out here in the fall. The fall colors are really coming in here in November. Yeah, I haven't been down here yet this month. So we're going to pick this up and get out to our field. We're going to get that, we'll just have to rent it again when it's time to, which will be next spring after we plant our other crop. We'll just rent it again. All right, back out here to our wheat field with our rented hoe. Boy, I'm trying not to make a joke about that, but it is a rented hoe. Yeah, our rented hoe that I picked up down the street on the corner. Yeah, let's get it to work here. Let's see. We are going here. Let's get this set down. I don't have an idea. Well, I haven't run this yet. Once we run it, we'll have an idea like how it, you see, you can't really see the edge of it there. Let's get this lowered down. Let's get this set to work here. Pull on our weeds. Well, it runs pretty fast. Yeah, it looks like we'll be returning our hoe pretty quick here. Be done with it. We'll try to do the best job we can coming around this corner. Kind of eyeball the bottom headland of this field because it's so jagged and zigzaggy. Come up this corner here. It's hard to tell where, yeah, just because it mounts directly to the 3-point and it's right up against the tractor. You can't really see the edge. It's hard to see exactly where we're hitting. But we'll see when we're done here. Swing this corner around up here. I bet we're doing pretty good. Come down here. And looks like we'll have maybe kind of one more pass back. Actually, that looks like that might be it, to be honest. Let's pull it up and let's see what we got here. You think we missed any weeds? Let's find out. Wow. That's that. Just that one little missed corner right there. Go ahead and fold this up. Yeah, so we missed one little corner, just a little bit, not worth getting. Again, the idea of this is, you know, how hard is it to do this fully in first person? Well, you're going to miss some things just here and there. I'm not correcting for any of it. But at the same time, doing as good as I can. So we're going to disconnect this over here and just return it. We'll just have them just drop this off here. And we'll just have them come and pick this up. Whoops, wrong button. Vehicles. Let's have them come pick this up and return it. There it is, return. Okay. Now, one more thing to do this month. We need to get our sprayer back out there. And yeah, we need to fertilize. We need to put the second stage of fertilizer on ye old wheat field. Well, yeah, it really is hard to see, but I think right here. Yeah, I think so. So right here is the line we want. Maybe a little, maybe over towards the center of the field a little more. Yeah, we don't want to hit that building over there. Let's go toward that tree that's right in front of us. We're just going to drive straight toward that. No, I think that tree is off center a little bit. Yeah, I think so. I think that was misleading. And it's hard to tell what is straight, you know? When we only got this to work with here. But regardless, we're going to see how we did. So this turn here, want to take nice and carefully. Hopefully we don't get hung up in a tree over there. And we want to head back up the field this way, minding where the edge of our boom is. And I think the only spot we missed is going to be on that first side of the field there. When I said I was going to point toward the tree, I think that, yeah, I think I was steering into the field a little bit. Let's see what this looks like here. Yeah, so there's a couple places that we missed here. That's easily fixed. This is worth coming back to fix. So we'll just get this headland here, because I didn't really do that. And then we're going to line this up a little better here on this side of the field. Yeah, it's notoriously hard to see the edge of this. Could we lower this down? Is it going to drag the ground? Yeah, it's going to drag the ground because the ground goes up there. Okay, I think we got this a little better this time. it could be that those places there, here's what it could be, because I was sure that we got this headland too. It could be, did we check it after the first layer of fertilization? Because it could be that those were places that was missed in the first layer of fertilization, and that's why they didn't get a second application. That could be. So we are going to park this back in our driveway. Yeah, I'm going to say that it's likely that all or part of that was missed in the first stage. Because, anyway, you know, that's how good we could do. That's as good as we could do. We're going to park this back. And so that's the first stages of our fields, from harvest to replanting on one of them. Winter is almost here. And with that, we're going to park this here. And guys, it's going to be getting cold here real soon. We're going to be getting snow. I will see you guys in the next part. The next part will be next year where we finish this up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I did think originally this was all going to be one video, but I haven't done this format yet. This is a new format I'm trying out. Not the first person thing, which I am also trying out, but I mean putting multiple months of progress in one video. And we'll see in editing how this comes together. I plan to be able to make videos where we can show a farm in a short, condensed session, and this is our first test run of that. So thank you so much for following along these first couple of months. We're going to see if we can't get the rest of this farm in the next video and pull through for you and do the full test of farming completely in first person. And so far, tell me what you guys think. I think it was a lot more accurate and a lot faster than I thought it would be. It's a little bit cramped sometimes, and I do miss seeing the beautiful views of the tractor going down the field, but so far so good. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the rest of this farm. Thanks a lot.